Hey, Rob here, and this is a pre-video warning. The intro you are about to see is strange and somewhat disturbing. I'm very sorry for that.
Well, hey gamer, you're here early. You know what that means? We've got time to sing a song, and if you know the lyrics, you can sing along. Well, it's a beautiful day, and we all know that. A beautiful day to play some handheld crap. Won't you stay some and come play some? I've always wanted to sit in the dark playing bad video games. And since you're watching this video, I'm pretty sure you feel the same. Now I can see that outside it's a beautiful day. But we're all gamers, so face it, inside we'll stay. It's great to be, and always will be, great to be a gamer. Hello, gamers.
Meow, 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 meow.
What's that, Mrs. Kittensworth?
Meow, 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 meow.
That's right, Mrs. Kittensworth. How could I have forgotten? Today's game system is the Retrobit GoRetro Portable. Which reminds me, today's secret phrase is piece of shit.
Retro Rob plays everything.
Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to be looking at the Retrobit GoRetro Portable with 260 plus exciting games. Woo! It says that it has official Tetris on it. It says official Tetris product, which to the guy that complained in the last handheld video that there was no Tetris, this might be the one for you. Unfortunately, I'm going to tell you something about this guy. This sucker's 40 bucks. So I'm going to judge this a little bit more harshly than I would judge a $16 retro device with 260 games on it. All right. So taking a look, it does have very nice packaging. If you are a boxophile, you're going to be very happy with it. It opens up and shows the console. This is very nice. I like the little Tetris drop here. Shows several games that it has on it. Mega Man 2, Burger Time. There's Strider on here, which is good. Ghosts and Goblins, Tetris, of course. Bad Dudes, Gunsmoke, which I really like. Mega Man 3. And Mighty Final Fight. Section Z, which is pretty good too. Bionic Commando and 1943, which is also good. So you got Capcom, Data East, and Tetris, which this is kind of weird. It says officially licensed by, and then, I don't know, is Tetris its own complete license now? Yeah, it might be. It might be big enough to be its own license. But anyway, there's that. I'm a little worried because it says it has 260 games. So I have a feeling that, like a lot of these, there is maybe 30 licensed games tops on here, and then a whole bunch of crap. So we'll see how that goes. All right, so on the side it says 10 hours, up to 10 hours of non-stop gameplay. Usually they don't put claims on these. And I almost misread that, sorry. I will read it correctly for you again. Up to 10 hours of non-stop gameplay. There we go. Packed with over 260 games. It's packed, powered by 4 AAA batteries. That is 2 more AAA batteries than they generally take. Powered by most micro USB cables. What the heck? It's powered by most of them. You know, not all of them. 2.8-inch resolution screen. High resolution screen. Okay. Doesn't say what the resolution is, but it says high resolution. On the back, it goes on to talk about, here, I'll zoom in on this a little bit. Education, puzzle shooters, sports, card games, oh boy, adventure, I think it says RPG, yep, racing, brawlers, and action. So we'll see how that goes. Game on the go with an endless selection of classic games and genres to choose from. Features. Oh man, it's going to say the same stuff over and over again. Packed with over 260 classic retro games featuring popular Capcom and Data East titles. Data East has been licensing with everybody lately. I mean everybody. So that's not super exciting. But the Capcom stuff is. Up to 10 hours of non-stop gameplay. It said that on the side. Same thing about the batteries, same thing about that. Volume control and 3.5mm headphone jack, so it does not have video out, which is kind of a bummer since a lot of these do. And this sucker's 40 bucks. Gameplay varies on battery quality. Yeah, I believe that. On the side, very nice. Little retro bit stuff there. Alright, so I give it top grades for box presentation. Let's unbox it. Okay, I have pre-cut this so I can get it open easily. Wise decision on my part, I think. There we go. And what do we have in the box? There is a very nice looking manual. Instruction manual. It has a nice retro look on it. Look at it, shaped like the device. Well, that's very classy, guys. It has the same points that are on the cover. In the main menu screen, use the directional pad to navigate to featured games or extra games. Use the A button to enter the selected menu. Huh. Well, this has a proper manual in it. I'll be darned. Also has a real volume dial. Huh. Alright. Well, proper English. That's a good start, folks. Okay, there appears to be nothing in this cardboard underneath it. So it's just the instruction manual and the device. Okay, so as usual, I'm going to cut in here with a little bit better description of the controls and ports on this. I don't know why I even bother when I just do the unboxing to do this, because I always correct it afterwards. But anyway, let's take a look real quick. You have the A and B buttons in their proper locations for Nintendo, by the way. Also a turbo. The select and start and reset buttons are all rubberized, which I really like, so that's pretty good. The general heft and feel of it, it's heavier than the HKB series, and it feels pretty good. To be honest with you, it feels nice when you're holding it in your hand. If you look at the D-pad, it does have a little lift at the end, and the D-pad sticks up enough to allow for decent control, and that does pan out when I've been playing it. Up at the top here we have the power light, just kind of a plain chain sticking out of the box. I'm not real fond of that. Neither am I real fond of the power supply button or power button. It's just an on-off switch. It's okay. It doesn't like feel cheap or anything, but you know, I don't know. I just like it if it's got a little bit different texture to it. It just feels, I don't know, kind of cheap. Volume. I like that it's got an actual volume knob as opposed to just one button that you press and only has 4 settings. That's really nice. Looking at the front here is kind of a surprise. It doesn't mention it on the box, but there is an AV out here so we can hook it up to a recording device, and that I will be doing when we do gameplay. Oops, turned up the volume. You can power this through this USB, and finally you have a headset port if you'd like to plug headsets in it. So there we go. Oh, one more thing. Let's look at the battery. There we go. 4 AAA batteries. That's a lot of them. I think the biggest one I've done so far is taken 3, so this one takes 1 more. Has the Retrobit logo on the back. It does look really nice. They've done an admirable job on this kind of device. Okay, real quick for size comparison. Here's the GoRetro next to last week's HKB 500 series. And then here we have the Cool Baby. So as you can see, it's actually a little bit larger than either one of these. A lot larger than the Cool Baby. But if you look at the controllers, here, take a look sideways. You see how much more this guy sticks up and the buttons stick up than this guy here? That is one of the big advantages that this has over that other one. Just wanted to point that out. And here we are on the main screen of the GoRetro. As you can see, the color is really bright and vibrant on it. I really do like the screen on this a lot. Let's look at the volume. And this is something that Retrobit does. It has really pretty decent volume, and there is almost, I don't know if you can hear it, it might distort here, but there's almost no distortion. But the reason it has no distortion is they get around it by basically putting no bass in it whatsoever. So it's kind of a tinny sound. I don't know how I feel about it. It's not bad when you're playing, but I kind of wish there was just a little bit more bass. Maybe they should start working with a different speaker or amplifier company. I'm not sure, but it does sound a little tinnier than I would like. Okay, so there's two sections here. There's extra games and featured games. The featured games, of course, we will scroll through all of them when I go on to the main menu. The extra games, I will do the same. I'm going to do probably about 5 of each during this demonstration. I do want to show you real quick all these extra games. Honestly, I think there's probably about 5 or 6 out of the whole bunch that I even found remotely entertaining. But the collection that's here is pretty good. And I think this is going to make a big difference for a lot of you guys on whether you want this or not. If these are the games you want and you want a legitimate way to play them, this is going to make the difference whether you want this thing or not. All right, I wanted to show you this for 2 reasons. Number 1, I want you to see how nice and clear the screen is. But number 2, did you see right there where it flashed lightning? I want you to see that there's diagonal tearing, especially when there's like a white screen. You see it? Now, I don't really notice it because so many of the Chinese devices I do have this, but you might want to note it because it might drive you nuts. And I think when you're paying like 40 bucks like this thing is, you should probably be aware of it. So there we go. There is that diagonal tear, but look at how nice the screen itself looks. It does look very nice, much better than most of the Famiclones I do. All right, let's plug it in.
Retro Rock plays everything.
Alright, so here we go. This is the main menu of the GoRetro Portable. There's 2 sections, featured games and games you don't really want to play, which is the extra games. Almost all the good stuff is in the featured games. I don't really like much of the stuff that's in extra games. There's probably a diamond in the rough in there, but I haven't really run into anything amazing yet. Let's go through the featured games real quick. It's a pretty good selection, honestly. We got 1942, 1943. A lot of people like 8 Eyes. Buggy Popper's pretty interesting. We'll be playing a little bit of that. It does have Burger Time. Everybody has Burger Time now, though. Gunsmoke, which I really love. There's a very good version of Ghosts and Goblins on here, if you're a big fan of that. Mega Man 2 and 3 are on here, and they play just fine. I probably won't be playing those because I'm terrible at them. Section Z, which is pretty fun if you haven't played that before. The original Street Fighter, Strider's on here, which I showed you a little bit earlier. And again, you know, pretty neat selection, actually. It's not stuff that you see in every collection. For the guy who's really, really just not impressed with the last one because it didn't have Tetris, this one's got Tetris on it. I can kind of understand that because if you're a NES fan, that's probably a game you'd like to see because it was super popular on the NES and it was super popular on the Game Boy. So if you're doing a handheld, you're going to want that. So it's nice that it has it here. All right, I'm going to hit B to go back, and then we're going to go into these extra games. I'm just going to scroll through them. Not a lot of comment. There's a lot of little tiny sports games in here. There's some card games. Very simple shooters. Yeah, there's color matching. Aquarium I'll show you in a little bit. It'll be one of the 5 that I show you on here. Just a little bit of everything. Bomberman clone, but very basic. It's definitely not a great game. Again, most of these super, super basic. You know, just stuff that we've had. You could have typed them in for a magazine back in the day, to be honest. Nothing really super great. And I'm just going to go through here. So in case there is a title that you know and love, you'll be able to see it. By the way, if you know that any of these games is like super good, please do me a favor, tell me in the comments down below, and I'll be happy to check it out later. But again, I haven't found anything amazing here. Look at poker. There you go. And penguin or pet dog. That looks creepy. Polar bat we've played before on here. I think we've played Please Dog Lazy too. I think we've done this one too. Lacey. I'm sorry. Please Dog Lacey before. Pretty sure we've done those before. And da-da-da, we got Rocket Man. I don't think we've done that one. There's one in here that I've heard of before. It's like Red something. I don't see it right now. Maybe I already passed it, but it's a fairly popular one for these types of systems.
I guess it's kind of nice. I mean, some of these just give you these games, and that's it, and none of the main like name brand games. But it would be super disappointing to just get these. It really would be. All right, and there we go. That's the end of these. So we're going to get started. We're going to do 5 of the featured games, and we're going to do 5 of the extra games, and then I will go into the verdict. Okay, our first featured game is going to be 1943. One of the reasons I'm going to do this is because this is a test I do on each game system, and what I really want to show you is the movement. How well do the controls actually steer things on screen? Here, let's just get this guy ready. Hit yes. And let's move around a little bit and show you. Come on. Get flying. All right. I want you to note my movements. They are super precise. There is no jumpiness. You notice how I'm not stuck going straight in a direction. My movements are very, very smooth. And the reason for that is this D-pad is almost as good as the real thing, if not as good as the real Nintendo pad. It is really, really good. Way better than most Famiclones. And even ones that I've rated highly for controls really don't match the level. This is almost an OEM level of control. A lot of finesse I have in this control. So I really can't say enough. I can't believe more devices don't get this right. Just really good. As you can see, the game also runs very well. This stretch screen thing is a side effect of the recording. I'm pretty sure it would be letterboxed if your TV so allowed. But yeah, smooth and fun to play. Ooh, give me that. Yeah. All right, let's go on to the next game now. And here we have Buggy Popper, which is quite a bit like Bump and Jump. Heck, it might be the Japanese version of it. Not sure, although the levels do not look the same as the Bump and Jump that I know, so here we go. But basically, jump on top of cars. Try to bump them off the road if you can. And then, basically try not to die. There we go. Good. Sucker. Oh. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah. Nice. This is a really fun game to play. I've always liked Bump and Jump, so you know, this kind of thing does appeal to me. Get that gas. Ooh. And you gotta really time these things. Good. Close. No, you're not. Not getting me. Did you see that? He just like dumped some trash on the road. Ooh. Oh, I couldn't jump. Bummer. Alright, let's go on to the next game. Okay, so I generally don't play Ghosts and Goblins on screen because it does require a lot of attention. But the controls work pretty well here, so I'll play a little bit and suffer in front of you. Dun 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 dun. And it plays pretty darn good to me, as far as I can tell. If anybody sees anything goofy about it, let me know. And again, not the stretch screen, because that's an artifact from the recording. Come on, go get him. But this is probably the easiest time I've had playing this game. Oh, come on. In a long time. Yeah, I know, I'm playing lousy. But it's probably the easiest time I've had with this game in a while, just because I'm not fighting the controls at all. Come on. Get back in there. We'll play one more life. Hopefully I'll do a little bit better this time. If not, I'll cry a little and we'll just move on.
Oh no, do not get that. No. No, jump over it. No, do not get that fireball. Most worthless weapon ever in a game. That's my bad. Unbelievable. Come on. Do 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 do. I hate these little devils. Ah, got me. All right, let's go on to the next game before I have a temper fit. All right, here's Gunsmoke. Another game that can really throw your controller for a loop if it's not very good is Gunsmoke. And as you'll see, the controls on here yet again are working really well. I really like this game too. Had a viewer inform me that I was not pressing A and B to center fire either. Oops. "20-year-old me would have been offended," or 18-year-old me, or whatever. Oh, was it? No, it was longer than that. 16-year-old me probably would have been offended. Maybe a little younger. Maybe a little older. I can't remember. Oh, come on. Oh, I cannot believe that. There we go. They all died. Such a good game. You notice how I almost walked right into that bullet. That's one of my things. I like this. So I could buy a machine gun if I had enough points. I don't, so I'm hosed. Look at that. Free gun pickup though. Bum, bum. Doom, doom. Get all that money. Get that guy out of the window. This is cool too. You pick up the horse. You know, this is a little bit like Frontline. Just a wee bit. I wonder if this is based on the same code. Come on. Go defeat the Wingates, whatever. Yeah. Alright. Don't like that pink dude. Die. Haha. I was really hoping he'd drop a little more money than that. There we go. Alright, so I could keep going on forever. We'll go on to the next game, but still, plays it really well. I think it looks good, and I think it plays nice and smooth. Alright, Mighty Final Fight. I like this game quite a bit, too. I'm not terribly good at it, either. There's a lot of games that I really like that I'm just not very good at. I mean, I'm not, like, terrible or rubbish or anything, although somebody's now going to comment that I was totally rubbish throughout this video. It's just, I don't know. I just die a bit on it. I love all the text at the beginning of this for what is essentially just a basic beat 'em up. All right, let's do Guy. We're gonna start in the slum. These are really just super good NES graphics, aren't they? I really do like all the work that obviously went into this particular game, graphically speaking. It just has a really nice style to it. So many NES games look alike.
And this one really has kind of its own distinct look to it. Yeah. That'll learn yous. Come on. Good old beatdowns. Look at the cat in that background, too. Again, attention to detail. Yeah, you're going down. I really gotta go pick this up for my NES. Play it on the original hardware. Yep, see, I died already. I also like the way they drop when he comes down, you know, like he's like he's a superhero or something. Hits the ground, boom, they fall over. Boy, I am playing rubbish. Come on, get him. Yeah, you need a beat down. Love his eyes, too. Yeah, this game is good stuff. Does anybody hate this game? No one hates this game. It's impossible. Impossible to hate this game. Come here, you. Yeah, there we go. Oh, ouch! Right in the fizzle. Movie now open. That's very generic. Jump. Oh, no! Oh. I suck. Alright. We'll beat this guy up and then we'll go on. But he has to go down. Yeah. Come on, fool. Oh, ouch. How much damage did that do? A lot. He's down. Look at the life bar on that guy. That was cool too, throwing him into the other guy. Almost down there, he's down. Alright. Alright, now we're gonna go on to the Riffraff. Wait, we'll just watch this. There we go. Alright, now we'll go on to the Riffraff. Alright, and here we have 110-meter hurdles. All these, like, running games... Oh, I false started. All these running games are, like, part of, like, one track and field game, but they're presented as single games. Oh, I messed up. Dead. I'm gonna be dead. So basically, you just press a button and then press forward to jump the hurdles. I actually can win this, so let's try this again. We'll see if I can do it while I'm talking at the same time. I beat this guy. Well, I just... false start. There's a timer on here. Beep. Beep. Oh, I didn't see the green. The problem is I can't hear. Yeah, I'm gonna be dead. Almost. Almost had him. Alright, we'll try one more time, and if I can't do it, I can't do it. It's gonna be a timing issue. There we go. Yeah, got him. Alright, a victory. Alright, let's go on to the next B-class game. And here we have Aether Cruiser. Not Ether Cruiser, Aether Cruiser. Oh, you're in for a treat. Okay, so the really weird part about this game is that up and down is reversed on it, which it doesn't feel like a game that should really have that. Now, the graphics aren't
really too bad. But with the up and down motion, the way it is, it's just so hard to control. It just does not, it doesn't feel right. There's really no reason for them to reverse, to have reversed up and down. I realize it's more like flight controls, but it's not like this is a flight game. And look at the game is stinking over already. Oh, it's frustrating. Let's just do one more. Just do it one more time. Here we go. And I'm pressing down, and that's kind of the hardest part of it, is the whole pressing down while going left and right. It's basically a, you know, point attack game. What? Urgh! Don't get hit. Oh. Come here. Yeah, where does that stuff come from? Just like middle of the screen. So it, you know, it kind of acts like you should be in first person, but the game is being played in third person. Really weird. And sometimes going up or down doesn't really seem to affect the flight pattern at all. Sometimes they just come at you even though you're going away, and sometimes even though you're going towards them, they get away from you, just kind of randomly. So kind of an annoying game. 7 enemies left. Oh wait, no, just I thought it was enemies left. It's actually how many have you killed? Come here, you. Come here. Come here. Get there. Got him. Yeah. Woo! Stage 3. We're not gonna look at stage 3. Here we have Aquarium, which is a really weird game. All right, so you're a fish and you need to eat those little pieces of food. These don't seem to harm you. Like the stuff that isn't really food doesn't seem to harm you, but you can't pick them up either. See, there's like some cheese, you can eat that, but it doesn't help your score. You know? I don't know. Now that said, if you miss the food, you lose a life. So you gotta really keep watching out for the food. I can tell by the look in your eyes that this is a game that excites you. Yeah. This is some good stuff here. So, yeah, 5 points per piece of food. And look, if I miss this piece of food, oh Lord, I've lost a life. And of course, if I lose 3 lives, the game's over. Which almost inevitably is going to happen because your fish isn't actually fast enough to zoom from side to side on the screen. And sometimes you'll have one piece of food on one side of the screen and one piece of food on the other side of the screen. Therefore, your fish cannot make it in time, no matter what you do. And that happens pretty quickly. Do you really need another minute or 2 of this? I think we'll go on to the next one. And here we have Brother Ball, which I've shown before on this station. It's not world's greatest game or anything, or even good, to be quite honest. I don't know what my obsession is with it, but I play it almost every time I see it. Basically, the idea is to rescue these balls while not getting your ball hit. So I press A, grab the ball, and I'm okay. I've saved him. He shouldn't be sad. He should be happy. And then, yeah, I just keep rescuing ball. Oh, shoot. Yeah, no, I'm okay. So if my ball gets hit on its way up or down, I will lose a ball. Yay, I got a happy one. Oh, wait, see if I can help him. Got him. Uh-oh. Oh, I didn't notice that before. He's an evil ball. Oh no. Wait, let's get that happy ball. Ah, crap. Here, we'll help this one. Got him. All right, let's get this happy ball. Oh no, no. Oh, good. There we go. See, so I've gained an extra ball. And that evil ball. What? He wasn't an evil ball. Was he? Terrible. Alright, now I thought I got the rules of this game, but apparently I don't get the rules of this game anymore. 3, 2, I'm not going to get him. Oh yeah, got him. Rescued. And he shouldn't be sad. He really shouldn't. He should be very happy that I rescued him despite his frowny face. Come on. Ugh. Get it. Yeah, there's a rescue. 5 of 5, I think. Right? There we go, stage 2. That was a lot of work, because I wasn't playing particularly well. There we go. More Brother Ball. I'll be doing a 2-hour marathon of Brother Ball coming into the holidays, so we'll quit here and you can watch that if you're really into this. And for our last game among the Riffraff, it's a surprise. It's little Lancelot. I believe this is by Ocean. I think it says Ocean. This is actually a real game. It probably should have been on the featured stuff. It's good. It's actually fun to play. I previewed this a little bit, so I know a little bit about it now. Do not get near that crack. You will fall in. See that crack? I don't know why they don't fall in, but sure as heck you will. So I must be much heavier than everybody else. But this is actually a pretty solid platformer. This is fun to play. I like this game. Definitely the best of the Riffraff games. Come on, you. Die. Get past that crack. Do not step on the crack. I repeat, do not do it. Don't. Just ignore it. There we go. A little more energy. I love this part. Look at this. It's Pitfall. Woo woo. Yeah. Nice stuff. Oh, don't you? Don't like those cracks, though. I'll tell you that. Now, see, I could go back for that energy and try and get it, or I could just keep running like an idiot. And, run like an idiot, I shall. All right. So it's returning me back to... God, he's beating the crap out of me. There we go. Returning me back to where I pitfalled it. Oh, man, I'm really... This game is really hard on you. Still, I'm actually having fun here, so this is pretty good. Oh, no. I should have ducked. And yet again, controls are really good here. Oh, dead. Dead. All right, I suppose it's probably time that we went to the verdict. All right, so what is the verdict on the Retrobit GoRetro Portable? Well, I gotta tell you, you know, it's really pretty good. And let's start with like the game selection. Yes, there's probably only about 35 to 40 good games on here, but they're an eclectic set that I don't necessarily see in other collections. Yeah, there's some basics here, like Burger Time and Tetris that seems to be on everything, but there are some unusual games on here and they're fully licensed, so that's a big plus. Also, there's even a couple diamonds in the rough located on the Riffraff side of things, so yeah, okay. It's got a really nice screen. Yes, there is some pretty severe corner-to-corner tearing when you're under bright conditions and there's a lot of flashing going on. You can definitely see a tear, that tearing look in the screen, and that can be a negative for some people who are distracted by that. If you don't care about it, well, then you've got a nice, bright, and fairly large screen on a fairly decently sized handheld, like pretty small that you can actually fit in your pocket. The controls are really nearly second to none. This is probably the best Famiclone controller I've felt. It's really good. You can really play with this D-pad, and these buttons really do work very well. They've done a really good job here. This is decent hardware. As far as the sound goes, it's a little bit tinny, yes, but it's got decent volume, and it's not the best sound in the world, but it's not the worst. It does have video out, which you don't usually see in this class of device. You see it about half the time now. I shouldn't say that, which is you see it about 50% of these devices now. But unfortunately, they didn't include a cable, which is a bit of a negative. So here's the deal. If you think that the games you see here were worth 40 bucks to you, at about, a buck 25 maybe a game, if you think that the collection that you saw here is worth it, this is probably a really good device to play it on because the controls are really good and it's really well put together. So, if this thing were 30 bucks, I'd be telling you to run out and buy it. But it isn't. It's 40. So I'm going to say this is a good device, but the price is a little high. If it's worth it to you, great. If it's not, well, I totally can understand. All right. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up and subscribe for more. And if you're prone to using that little dumb bell thing, you can do me a favor and hit that too. All right. Thank you very much for watching. See you in a couple days. Bye.